Palantir just closed at an all-time high again. This growth is insane and it just doesn't make sense. Companies typically pull back after a rally, but not Palantir. People are now wondering why this is happening to Palantir. Do the investors know something that we don't? Will they be able to sustain their growth? Or is there something terrible happening soon? Well, let's find out. Disclaimer. As you already know, people's opinions on Palantir have been heavily divided. There are some who still see the company growing soon. But on the other hand, those who are expecting Palantir to drop are also growing in number. Palantir's movement isn't that of a typical company, and people could be right in saying that, as of now, Palantir is expensive. So, what does the company need to do to balance out their high price? Well, hear me out. If we're only looking at numbers, the Palantir has a lot of work to do in the future. According to a post on X, at current prices, Palantir needs to grow its cash flow at around 36% annually for the next decade. 10 years of nothing but consistent growth. And here's the cherry on top. After that, it would need to keep growing at a steady 4% rate. If Palantir hits this target, it will be delivering $15 billion in cash flow by 2034. And only then will they be able to have growth in size that matches their stock price today. It's easy to see why there's so much clamor regarding Palantir's price growth. It just doesn't make sense. But if they do hit that number, it would change how people see the company. It would no longer be considered overvalued because the cash flow would justify the high valuation. A company bringing in that much cash flow has the financial strength to back up its share price. Investors look at these figures when they decide if a stock is overpriced. Palantir's ability to achieve $15 billion in cash flow would show its real potential and quiet some doubts. However, this is an incredibly high goal. Reaching this level of insane cash flow by 2034 is something many people are skeptical about. Such growth requires consistent performance, major customer expansion, and the ability to scale its business rapidly. Critics doubt if Palantir can keep up this level of growth, especially given its current size. Many think the target is just too ambitious. The company would need to prove itself quarter after quarter to get anywhere close to these expectations. For many, this makes Palantir's future feel uncertain. This uncertainty is palpable. In fact, Palantir reminds many of how Tesla was treated by retail traders a few years ago. It feels like the new Tesla in the sense that its stock is expected to carry an inflated multiple for a while. Palantir is likely to be overvalued for a long time, just as Tesla was, driven by a combination of hope, belief in the company's potential, and strong retail investor interest. This isn't entirely bad, but it still perpetuates the idea that Palantir might not be worth it for its price. There's also been a lot of talk about short sellers getting stronger on this stock. Many are skeptical, saying things like, bulls are trying to justify a premium on top of another premium. They are no longer subtle when it comes to their calls for shorting Palantir. The argument here is that bulls are comparing Palantir's premium valuation to other ultra-premium stocks. But that logic doesn't hold for everyone. Critics think the stock is overvalued and needs a correction. Right now, Palantir is trading at 38 times its sales, which is extremely high. Even if Palantir were to quadruple its revenue, it would still be trading at around 9 times sales. So even if Palantir manages to achieve a massive growth and reaches a 50% free cash flow margin, its yield would still be relatively low compared to its current valuation. This puts into perspective just how much growth and future potential are already baked into Palantir's stock price today. Investors are paying a lot now, betting on the company delivering huge results over the coming years. It's a risky bet because even strong performance might not be enough to justify the current valuation. A lot of hope is priced into the stock, and some worry it may never live up to these expectations. But all these updates can also mean good things are truly coming for Palantir. The fact that a lot of institutions, funds, and individuals are gunning for their shares shows that they see something big in Palantir's future. One user on X even shared his sentiment that Palantir could be too big to fail. It might be possible to make this argument. For some, it seems that way, and that belief has been a reason to hold on to the stock. In fact, that loose belief was one of the reasons for holding Palantir over the past few years. This was when Palantir's movement was so slow. Palantir also has a strong grip on certain industries. It has become deeply embedded in government, healthcare, energy, and other key sectors. This growing influence makes the company harder to displace. As more industries rely on Palantir's technology, it feels like the company is becoming an essential player in the market. Its connections and contracts in critical sectors give it a level of security. This makes some investors confident that Palantir has a strong foundation, even in tough market conditions. That belief is part of what drives long-term holders to stay committed to the stock. And here's why Palantir's still being supported by tons of investors. Hear this out. According to an analyst on X, Palantir is expensive, but it has significant upside. First, analysts who don't see Palantir as a good company apparently seem stuck in the past. Their revenue growth estimates are unchanged from 2022, a time when there was no AIP, no boot camps, and little AI demand. The landscape has shifted dramatically since then, yet analysts haven't factored in these changes. Palantir is positioned to benefit from the current AI revolution, and this hasn't been fully reflected in the numbers. And this is just the start. Second, Palantir is recognized as a leader in AI by major research firms like Dresner, Forrester, and Gartner. The AI software market is expected to grow at around 23% annually, but leaders often outperform the average. Palantir could easily outgrow the broader market, given its proven expertise. Palantir is also ahead in deploying AI agents for enterprise automation. While other companies talk about AI's potential, Palantir is already delivering results. For example, a U.S. insurance company recently reduced its underwriting time from 2 weeks to 3 hours using Palantir's AI agents. That's 100 times improvement, showing real value at scale. This is the kind of success story that could draw more clients. On top of that, competitors' clients may flock to Palantir after seeing limited success with other providers like Microsoft or Salesforce. Palantir's ability to deliver results may create a fear of missing out in the market. Finally, Palantir has insane pricing power. There aren't many alternatives that can deliver AI value at scale, like Palantir can. This gives the company room to charge higher prices, which could unlock even more growth. Recent deal expansions show that Palantir's pricing power is largely untapped. On top of all this, Palantir's versatility and influence is so huge that they're now in charge of securing the upcoming elections in the US. Palantir's CTO, Shyam Sankar, recently addressed whether the company is working to combat election interference and political disinformation. He confirmed that Palantir is indeed involved in this critical area. Through their work with U.S. intelligence agencies and European partners, they are actively helping to ensure the safety of elections. Palantir's technology is being used to support efforts to protect the integrity of democratic processes, which adds another layer of significance to the company's role in public sector work. It's clear Palantir's impact extends beyond business, touching on global security and stability. And here's what's even more exciting about Palantir's future. Palantir is starting to sound a lot like Ethereum. Just like decentralized finance apps were built on Ethereum, companies like Surf Air are now being built on Palantir's operating system. Palantir feels like the protocol for a new generation of AI-powered businesses. It's becoming the foundation on which future enterprises will run. That's a big deal. Looking ahead, Palantir's potential growth won't come from stock market hype. Its success will be driven by the leadership's vision and the company's ability to make smart, decisive moves. It's not about hype. It's about their forward-thinking strategies and ability to execute. The company is already showing that it can adapt to major shifts, like the rise of AI, and turn them into real opportunities for growth. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, please like this video. And don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. This really helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.